Yo, let's talk about this weight. We got to talk about the weight. Nah, give me your thoughts on the weight situation.
Real quick, I refuse to believe that he didn't prepare in training for that left hook because that's his punch. That's what you know you got to prepare for.
That's his money shot.
That's his shot. And they said it. You prepare for the left hook. You got to prepare for the speed, the power, whatever. You know, you've been in the ring with him before. You know he got power, he got speed. The weight, I actually wanted to ask you about that because you've been in there. How much of a difference does that 3 pounds matter? I know he came in probably over 160 in the ring, but the weigh-in, for me, first of all, that's extremely unprofessional. It's like you almost didn't even care.
I don't think he tried to make weight. And here's why I say that. We could see that there was a lack of conditioning through the course of the fight at certain moments in the fight. The only way you have a lack of conditioning is if you didn't do everything you needed to do prior to the fight.
Shawn, if he was in condition, this fight wouldn't have went 12.
He would have got him out there in that round, the first round. He knocked him down, I believe.
That's kind of true.
You don't think so?
I said that's kind of true.
Yeah.
But I feel like if he had been in good shape, then he would have had more. He'd have been throwing more punches. There would have been more consistency with Ryan Garcia, which would have maybe Devin would have fought differently. When you punching a dude every round, he turned his back on you, he not really throwing no punches, then you can you're caught slipping, which is what happened.
Yeah. No, I mean he was in shape. You know what I mean? There's a difference between being in shape and fit for a fight and being at the level of conditioning that elite fighters at that level should be at. At that level, you cannot afford to gas out. At that level, we saw him gas out. So that to me shows signs that he didn't do everything he needed to do to make 140 pounds to begin with. Do I think it served as an advantage? It's really hard to say because, you know, if he's 3 pounds over, there's no telling how much weight he put on prior to the fight. Another thing that didn't happen, we didn't see him. There wasn't. Well, actually, no, there was some holding and things of that nature.
A lot of holding.
Ryan was doing the holding early, and then Devin, after he got hurt in the 6th and 7th, he started doing much more of the holding. But they kind of swapped places. First half of the fight, Ryan was doing it more. Second half of the fight, Devin was.
But we didn't really see Ryan like laying on him. We didn't see Ryan like pushing him down. We saw the headlock a lot. We saw that enough to get the points taken, you know. But at the end of the day, I think that this fight needs to happen again, and I think it needs to happen either at a catch weight or it needs to happen at 147. Let's get a complete understanding here. Can you make 140? If you can't make 140, okay, let's make a catch weight. What's the lowest weight you can make? Because I can make 140. I'm coming in fit, ready to go. And I think that, you know, this fight needs to happen again, but it needs to happen on what we would all consider to be even playing field, which is getting on a scale and that scale saying the same thing. This is the thing that people don't know, and I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. When a fighter gets off of the scale, hypothetically, 2 fighters get on the scale and they both weigh 140. When they get off the scale, they're both going to go drink 20 ounces of water. The one that lost the weight correctly, he's going to gain 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3 max. The one that lost it incorrectly, he's going to gain 3, maybe even 4 pounds, you know? So it all depends, man. We all put on weight differently. We all take off weight differently. And it's really hard to measure the outcome of this fight based on the weight.
Well, just to surmise the whole weight thing and the whole weight issue, you know, Ryan, and I think I'm hesitant to talk about it too much because despite the weight, I still picked Haney to win. Everyone still picked Haney to win. Mm-hmm. So if you're Ryan, it's like, oh, don't bring up the weight now. You guys all said I was going to get dominated. But the fact of the matter is, you know, he's doing a little bit of rules for thee and not rules for me. Mm-hmm. When it comes to him, he can do a side-by-side comparison of him from the Tank fight and him in the Devin fight. When it comes to him, he could say, everyone knows I'd win a rematch with Tank at 144. I was drained, right? Devin even hits harder than him. I was just drained. So it's okay for Ryan to do that. But then when he puts the other shoe on the foot of Devin, it's, you know, he's tweeting out, Mauricio should strip him and give me the belt. And I don't want to hear shit. You guys were all wrong. You guys all picked against me. So I don't want to hear about it. But at the end, and by the way, he was just the better man. He had Devin's number, you know, but you can't say I was drained against Tank, and clearly I'd win a rematch if I was healthy, and then at the same time come in almost half a weight class heavier than Devin on scales. And I know one thing Team Garcia would say is, come on, Devin rehydrates 20, 25 plus pounds, right? Well, technically that's not against the rules. But what you did is, and Devin was criticized for that. And I don't understand how it could be a controversial take or a hater take to even bring this weight up when it's a matter of fact. When Floyd Mayweather beat Juan Manuel Marquez and he came in 2 pounds over at 146, nobody said, it's kind of like Ryan, nobody's saying, oh, that's why Floyd won. He won because he was a better man, right? But he still got criticized for it. When Jose Luis Castillo knocked out Diego Corrales in 2005 in their rematch, knocked him out in 4 rounds, he came in almost the exact amount overweight that Ryan did. And, he got some credit for it, but there wasn't some controversial hot take to say, well, that's not cool. That's kind of BS, bullshit that you did that. But Ryan was the better man. But at the same time, it's not cool that you can, fairly point out that maybe you weren't at your best being weight drained for Tank, but then at the other side, want to be absolved of any and all criticism for not making the weight for your fight with Devin.